Masiphinde sikubulise sikwamkele mbukeli ekhaya. Thina siligqiza lenkqubo equlethe ulwazi, iqulethe inkuthazo, and that is Open Studio. Elamigama ndingu-Athule Ifane ndingumazula. Well, today it is no difference to any other because we're having Udada who is doing a great job with community yakhe, and he is here with us. He will be telling us more of what he is doing with community yakhe nebizwa iMasiphumelele. Dada, greetings to you. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
There is one thing that we need to start with. Udada, Klaas Present. You just tell us a little bit about yourself so we may know who we are talking to.
Hi, thanks for the opportunity. I want to start off by saying, by sending a request to our people of Mzansi to adhere to the COVID-19 regulations. Very important. Social distancing, masking, and always the wash of hands. Surely, when we do that part of life, I believe that our healthy situation will at least be more extended. So that is my invitation to the public out there so that they can adhere to the COVID. Who I am Mr. Klaas Present, originally from the Eastern Cape. I have been here on this side from 1972, working as a laborer. My father died at the 3 months old, as I was a 3 months old baby. So my mom has to look after us. We were 13 children altogether, 5 is left. Why am I in Masiphumelele? Masiphumelele, as we know, is located just behind the mountains of Oudtshoorn, mostly near to Cape Point. A very beautiful community, nice community with a lot of shortcomings. That is why I live in 2830 Luntu Road currently, and I'm the chairperson of the Masiphumelele Business Development Forum.
Mentioning that you are that chairperson, how did you get into this role?
The roles that I've played many years ago as a community leader, living in Ocean View then, before I moved to Masiphumelele, I was a politician then. So my focus was mostly on the elderly people at the time. And when I came into Masiphumelele, after doing a lot of other programs within Ocean View, I decided to bring my expertise to Masiphumelele. That is what I've done, and I've observed many things, especially pertaining the youth. That makes me to participate. When the call was on me, Mr. President, because of your expertise, can you come and assist the Masiphumelele Development Forum? So I was eager to do so because I have the passion of working with community members. So that is the reason why my focus fell on the youth of today. And knowing that I've been in that situation before, and now do I still want to see children at such an early age is going nowhere? No, that is not my desire. My desire is that the youth of today must be skilled, must be educated, must be guided by us as elderly people, because of tomorrow they will become the leaders that will again lead other youth that are within their footsteps.
Masiphumelele, a business development program. In Masiphumelele particular, what is it exactly now you are doing as this forum?
The forum had a lot of focus points, and our aims and objectives is simple. We want to bring sustainability within Masiphumelele. We want to bring job opportunities within Masiphumelele. We want to focus on back-to-school programs. As you know, we have young mothers at a very age, pregnated, and then after they gave birth, maybe to a very beautiful young boy or a young girl, the interest of going back to school just fell apart. So we want to establish that kind of platform where we can encourage the children to go back to school so that they can fulfill their dreams and the educational intent of become something within Masiphumelele, to become something within South Africa, to become something where their hearts desire to be. So hence the reason the Masiphumelele Development Forum has reached partnership with most of all of the governmental spheres. We are supported by national government in terms of our intent. We are supported by provincial government in terms of our visions. We are supported by the local government because of job creation to bring that to Masiphumelele. As I said before, Masiphumelele is a beautiful community, very diverse culture, with many cultures, as I mean, diverse community, because we're not accommodated amaXhosa. Akho maXhosa kuphela eMasiphumelele. Kukho abantu banga Zimbabwe, Malawians, we have all there, and we live as one community.
Mentioning that it's not only amaXhosa that are staying in Masiphumelele, and you have to cater for each and every person who is in Masiphumelele. You have mentioned the skill, entrepreneur skill. How are you making sure that young people bayangena kwindaba yokokubana ngaba babe kanti bayasebenzela? Because remember, we as young people, who are these people who will be like, no, I cannot do this, I can't do this, I can do that one. So how are you making sure that they understand the importance of the entrepreneurial skill?
Masiphumelele, when I came into Masiphumelele, there was already a youth drive. They are located at a place identified for them where they can do the training, which we called Esosebenza Training Center. Well, not all of the youth are form part of that training that happens at Esosebenza. We are saying.
Right. On that note, say, I will have to cut you there. I'm sorry for that. We just need to go for an ad break. Well, we are just going for an ad break. Make sure that you go nowhere, because after this ad break, we're coming back. We are back and we welcome you once again. And we are having Utata Omdala, who is doing a very great job, a very beautiful job in the community yake. And Utata Klaas unikeza that inspiration, unikeza that motivation in the kokubana we need to look up to abantu abadala. Utata, welcome back. You were still continuing with the importance of these skills zokubana abantu abasebatsha, particular into kokubana babe kanti bayaqiniseka kwicandelo lokuba kwicandelo lezoshishino.
Yeah, as I said, in terms of the skills development of the youth, which is a vital point in my life as a leader of the Masiphumelele Development Forum, give me reasons to focus on the youth. And the reasons that I want to focus on the youth in assisting them to grow and progress is youth must be educated. Very much so that when you are not educated, you are lacking a little bit of discipline. And how do youth obtain discipline? Many of us say respect starts at home. It's not necessarily so. Respect, you are either born within and you grow with that, or otherwise you take a positive stance within life in that you want to become, and you grow discipline within. I want the youth to focus on the future of them entering a current unpredicted life because of the pandemic that we are having. Our future of the youth are so much unpredicted because of we can't see even the enemy that we are fighting. So because of that, I want the youth to focus on their future. It's important for the youth to focus on the future and abstain from or move away from doing wrongs. My question is every day, why must the youth entering pubs at the age of the youth? Why must they allow to entering pubs? Why are they not encouraged to do something positive instead of entering pubs? I want to see children are computer trained. Children, the youth must be fully registered as young entrepreneurs in terms of contractors. There's many ways that the youth can be developed in a positive way. A variety of industrial approaches can be done, as we are doing now, having communication with those people that can give us that kind of support. We have just entered an agreement with a local business to give our children free computer courses up to level 2, which they can use to enter the job market. We have a Masikop next to us, which is also a training center that engage with us in terms of youth development. And when I speak about youth development, I'm very serious about the youth. I want the youth off the streets. I don't want to see a youth being locked up, and by doing so, losing sight of the positiveness of life. So, omagogo bekhulisa nje omzukulwane. Omagogo bebenezinjongo. Izinjongo zo abantwana babo bakhule ngendlela efanelekile. Kaloku umzali nxa enqwenela impumelelo yomntana wakhe, makasincede as umzali kweli cala lo ba aleqe lo mntana aleqe izinto ezawubangela into kokubana abe ne-stable life. We want youth to have a stable life. And why do we say so? A community can only be sustainable if the youth are kept moving in a positive direction. So that is my aim. And as an old man getting almost 65, I'm still having that passion within me to be supportive to the youth in order for them to reach their dreams.
Yes.
That's what.
This is so motivating and inspiring. And in Shia mna ndingakwazi ukuhlala endaweni. It gives us ingqondo okanye ingcingane ethi I cannot do one thing. Kuyanyanzeleka ndibe kanti khona into endi-edishayo. Let's quickly move to a catastrophic fire that happened in Masiphumelele. How did it affect maybe the youth in Masiphumelele?
2020, 17 December, a fire broke out in Masiphumelele, which is not the first one. A couple of fires break out in Masiphumelele, maybe 3 or 4 times already. How does it affect the youth? It affects the youth in a very great manner. Because if I look at a youngster that goes to school, which I call a youth, everything is burned down. Every documentation is burned down. School books are burned down. School uniforms are burned down. Clothes are burned down. That fire. fire that gets outrageous in Masiphumelele because the structure that they live in is not conducive for any human being to live in. So when a steel sheeting gets fire, you'll get a catastrophic fire happening within Masiphumelele. It affects everybody. It affects me, it affects the youth, it affects the family. Bear in mind, when that happened, most of the families, the fathers and the mothers, were visiting the places of birth, which is most from the Eastern Cape and so forth. At that time, the fire burned their houses down.
Is there anything or any government sectors, maybe, or municipal sectors that, as the forum, you have contacted regarding this fire that did not happen for the first time? Yintoni efanele uba ibe kanti iyenziwa xa kanti lo mlilo ibingekho kokuqala uqhambuka kule area?
I would say, because we are not the fundis.
Yes, sorry, sir, on that note, may I please cut you there? We just need to go for a quick ad break. We are going for a quick ad break. Make sure that you go nowhere. Remember, Udada is over 60 years, but he's still doing a very good job encouraging and inspiring young people. But on the other side of this ad break, we are back. We welcome you back. Remember, we have mentioned into okubana ngaba utata esihleli naye namhlanje ngutata onikeza that thing esiyidingayo singabantu abatsha, and it is so beautiful xa sinikezwa ngabantu abadala, abantu asele bekholile, abantu abaqulethe amava onke. Remember, sinako ukumane mhlawumbi abantu abatsha betenxa endleleni. But let us just continue with the conversation. Tata, let us welcome you back. We continue with the indlela ethe yabe kanti umlilo lona uchaphazela i-area yaseMasiphumelele. Ingaba mhlawumbi umbuzo busithi ingaba mhlawumbi abasemagunyeni, what are they doing uku-avoida le mililo? Remember, it wasn't the first time lo mlilo wa last year uqhambuka. Are you seeing the movement from the authorities?
Well, I'm not so much happy at this current moment. We say thank you to Umamulindi Sisulu for intervening this time around when this devastated fire hit Masiphumelele. She tapped in and she makes funds available. Reason therefore is she wants to move away from Amatyotyombe, which we call shacks, to decent housing, in the form of having a title deed, which gives a little bit of pleasure in our hearts as elderly people, to see that is that kind of intervention of a minister. She made available 32 million for temporary accommodation. The temporary accommodation the temporary accommodation is still shacks. These shacks that we want to move away from. But being that may, there's a promise and money that has been availed already by a minister of 245 million for building new decent housing. Siyabulela ku-minister kwelo cala. Am I happy with the local municipality? No. We can never be happy if poverty reaches Masiphumelele on a high level. If there's no service delivery within Masiphumelele, it makes us feel not well moving forward. As I speak now, any newspaper can go into Masiphumelele. At any corner, you'll see a heap of refuse lying around for many, many days, until a couple of days that I said to the municipality, if you don't send a truck, we will call newspapers to come and observe the service delivery that you people talking about. So I'm not happy with the municipality, although they are now reaching a point to understand that they has to work with Masiphumelele Development Forum. In that regard, I would to praise the Masiphumelele Development Forum to have, in a short space of time, since the fire has begun, move so quickly to establish that kind of relationship within the departments of our 3 spheres of government. So that is my only concern in terms of service delivery. If the minister did not tap in, municipality would just serve us again with starting kits of steel and wood in order to build another shack.
Thank you so much. Let's quickly go back to the skills as the business forum that you're providing to young people. How is the response from young people now? How are they taking it in terms of the attitude and accepting lo msebenzi niza nawo nale ndlela yokubaphucula? How is the response from them now?
I observe a very positive response from the youth. Because of we are loaded with a lot of talent within Masiphumelele. We have poets in our midst. We have traditional dancers, which is young children in our midst. Sinembong is Masiphumelele. We have all that kind of interaction within Masiphumelele. Hence the reason we tapped in as the development forum by saying, we want to, you youngsters, come and lean on our shoulders so that we can lift you up and move with you forward until such a time you have reached your dreams, you have reached sustainability, you have reached stability within yourself, in order to understand how important it is for the youth to focus on positive things. So that is the reason why we encourage the youth so much. They are attending our gatherings, they are moving with us, they are very, very much interested. That has led us to try and reach or set up a meeting with social development and arts and culture, which is Natim Tetwa and Lindiwe Zulu. So we are in communication with their departments in order to bring them to the community, to come and invest in the community. We want private sector to come and assist in Masiphumelele Business Development Forum, because we are not so fortunate. We come from a very flat piece of a platform in order to do something that is positive for our community. We cannot do it alone. We say to the private sector, come on board, come and invest in our youth, come and invest in the intent of bringing sustainability within Masiphumelele, come invest in terms of bringing job creation within Masiphumelele. Those are the outcries of the Masiphumelele Development Forum.
The end goal.
Do we have
yes.
an end goal? Our end goal is a simple one. We want to see our children happy. We want to see our children in decent jobs. We want to see our children to complete the educational platform. We want to see our children, and my focus point, as I again said, is on our youth. We want to see them to be positive, reaching stability in order to cater not only for umagogo, maybe umama wabo abasekho, abazali babo abasekho, kodwa umagogo ukhona. Maybe they want to at least say, Magogo, ndiyabulela ngale ndlela ubundikhulise ngayo. Magogo ndiyavuya noba andikwazi ukunika ngokupheleleyo kodwa Magogo nansi into encinci endinayo. Zezi zinto sifuna ubafundisa abantwana bethu abancane abazi-youth bangalibali apho basuka khona de apha bekhona ngoku. So thank you very much.
Ekhaya akubuhlungu kumbona abantu abadala besebenza ngamandla bezinikezela. So we as youth, we may be abantu abanqwenelekayo, abantu that who inspire as well. Siyathemba ukubana ngaba ikhona into oyifundileyo. I for one have learned something. Until we meet again, qiniseka into okubana ngaba you stay safe, you wash your hands, you sanitize, you keep the distance. Coronavirus is still with us. You have yourself a blessed one.